Have to. What's up, guys? I'm trying to see if I can get it in, if I can turn it to get it in landscape, but I can't figure out how to change the orientation on here. If any of you guys knows, let me know. But yeah, I can't seem to figure out how to. If I stop recording, can I, if I stop recording, can I change it and come back? Hold on, I'm gonna try that. Hold on. I'm gonna everybody stay. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. You know what? We're just going to you know, we're just gonna do it like this. We're gonna just do it like this. All right, guys. This is Foster with Tech It Day. Little technical difficulties, but we have the Huawei Mate, Huawei PURA X MAX in front of us. I believe this might be the first unboxing in the country, in the United States, that is. So let's go ahead and get this thing open. I ain't got a good jerry rig knife like everybody else. Let's see. Gotta get one of those. Get my Hulk strength. They packed it. They packed it good. Okay, let's get it out. I got layers. Damn. All right, we almost through. Interesting. This box is a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, which kind of gives me an idea of the specs of the device. All right. Too bad Floss ain't here, but a nice white box. Giggy. Yeah, this box is pretty small. I want to say it feels smaller than it feels smaller than the Oppo box, but the Oppo Find N box, but that might just be me. But we'll see. We'll see. But here is what we all came to see. Oh Oh man, there she is. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself for right now. Let's see what else is in the box. We got the. All right. So this is the case and some books. Let's look at the case. So yeah, this is a like a clear plastic case. If anyone had the Honor Magic V5, if you ever got the Honor case, 'cause Honor had made a MagSafe case for it. This is almost identical to the setup that Honor used for their cases, which isn't surprising since Honor and Huawei are like secret, you know, sister companies basically. So I'm not surprised. But yeah, these kind of cases I like because they keep the thinness of the device and they just protect the edges, but then you still get to feel the device when you hold them. But I ain't never gonna use this. Just some books and shit in there. And then we have cables and SIM ejector tools. Oh, look at that. Charging brick in the box. And this is actually a normal brick that I can use, you know, not a international one, you know, so that's a normal brick, the supercharged Huawei supercharge brick, you know, so that comes in the box. So that's great. Get that plugged up. But this is what we all came here to see, which is the device. So, yes, this thing is, it feels amazing. I will say, from initial, I got the Fold, I got the Fold 7. I got the Fold 7 in-house specifically to compare with this. This thing is not thin. I mean, it's thin, but it's like, it's not, you know, Fold Z thin, as you can kind of see, if you can kind of tell right there. I mean, it's thin, but it's not very thin. But, and if you want to see as far as dimensions, how it sits up, obviously it is much longer, wider, and much shorter than the Fold 7. And I mean, I will say this crease is like non-existent. It's obviously, so, okay. I made a big deal about the Oppo N6 crease. And if you've used the N6 crease, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I will say, obviously this is not gonna last on this one, but this feels just like the N6. Like, there's no crease right now. Let's go ahead and do the first fold. Ooh. Look at that. Chunky monkey. This thing feels, this is it. If you guys remember the Surface Duo, that's what this thing feels. It's definitely not as thin as that, but that's what this feels like. It feels like it feels like what the Surface Duo should have always been to begin with. You know, not having that screen on the inside of the Surface Duo, you know, didn't really make any sense because you always had to open the device. And then it was two screens that weren't connected. So it never made any sense to me. But I still love that device. Didn't like the Windows part of it. But this thing, it feels great in hand. Yeah, went with the black. But for some reason, I mean, all their colors, the black, everything looks purple or blue. Like this is supposed to be black, but it looks purplish or blue. The blue looks purple, so it's like everything has a hint of like purple tones in it for some reason. But this is supposed to be black. Let's open it back up and see. Yeah, I'm that crease. Obviously, it's gonna get there, but like, yeah, you can't feel it. You cannot feel it at all on this. It is, and then to see it compared to a Z7, and then this is it, right? This is it. This is why this device is going to be massive. This is maybe not the Huawei. You know, I don't think the Huawei is going to be, you know, blowing off the shelves in the US at least, you know, or in the global market. In China, probably, you know, it's probably going to, you know, sell like gangbusters over there. I think it already is. But when the iPhone and the Samsung do their thing, this is why this is going to be the form factor, because this is basically an iPad mini. And this is a regular iPad. This is an old iPad. This is an iPad mini right here. So you can kind of see, you know, if you look at it, I mean, this is damn near most of that screen. You know, a lot of this chunk on the outside, those are bezels right there. This is most of the screen on the inside of that iPad. So it's not that far off, you know, from a regular iPad, you know, which was what the iPad mini was. And then you can kind of see where the difference in form factor is between the Fold 7 and the wide foldable. Because this here, I mean, this is it. This is, if you go like this and you go like, I mean, that just, oh my God, that feels so good. I mean, this almost feels like a big e-reader, like a sheet of paper, like comics or you know, that, this is, oh my God. It's almost upsetting that Fold went away from this format so fast, because this is what they were going to be. Do we have some charge? Oh, we might not. It might be. Oh, there we go. Screen looks amazing. See, it even has United States on there. So I'm gonna just do United States for now and region and see what happens. I might end up going back and changing that, but we'll see. All right, let me log into this real quick. Oh my God, typing on this feels amazing. Oh my, this is, so this, that, the fact that you can add an eSIM on that, if you guys can see that, it says you can add an eSIM on that. I'm gonna add an eSIM on that. I'm gonna do a T-Mobile eSIM on it. The bands are a little limited on this, which I'm a little bummed out about. But it is what it is. But we'll see. We'll set this up later. All right, let me sign into this because I have a Huawei ID. If you're thinking about getting this device, I would definitely say You know, try to set yourself up with the Huawei ID because it's going to help in using the device. You know, if you guys don't know how to do that, I can potentially do a video on that later. Uh-oh. Oh, I see. It's gonna come to this one. So what are you guys, what phones are you guys, I mean, it's only like two of you out there. I know Rome's watching. How you liking the, how the Huawei treating you? There's a verification code we sent to you, your Huawei phone or tablet. Oh, hold on. Damn. I knew I should have brought that downstairs. Yep. Never mind, we'll do it that way. Oh, there we go. 800-280, 800-280. If anyone has any questions about this, let me know as well. And I will answer any questions while it's here. Label it on wallet. Also, too, just to let people know, I'm doing have a little workaround that will give you, we'll skip it for now. That will give you Google Wallet and a little bit of smartwatch capabilities and Google Wallet with the Huawei device. So I'll be doing a video on that as well. Okay, look at that. Let's open it up and see. And then that's what it looks like when you open it up. And then when you does it auto rotate? Let me see. Let's see if auto rotate is on. Maybe auto rotate is not on. Near link. Oh, there we go. Rotation lock. That's why. Yep. So this is really. I mean, this thing really goes from a tablet, a folding phone, basically to a MatePad Mini, is what it really feels like it's doing. And I'm kind of blown away. I mean, this thing, it feels great. Like, you don't understand. I've always, the iPad Mini to me was like one of the best devices to ever come out. And when it came out, all I wanted was to use the iPad Mini as like a phone. And I never could. I tried multiple times to use it as a phone, and it just never would work out. And then folding phones came out, and I was like, man, I wish Apple would just make a iPad Mini that could fold. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have it. That's what this is. This is basically an iPad Mini that can fold. Obviously, it doesn't run iOS, but it's coming. I don't know. You know, you guys saw my iPad iOS videos. I'm not big on iOS, but yeah, it just, maybe maybe the Samsung will be what it is. Oh, don't want that. Let's see. And that's the keyboard that's on there. I'm just installing. Just installing some stuff that you know you're going to need on here. Easy Abroad, Droid Tong. Those are the two, main ones that you're going to need when you put on here. I'm going to try something, and Rome, this is what I was saying on the thing that I didn't understand. And maybe you can only do it on the tablets. Yeah, see, maybe it's not in here. Yeah, see, maybe it's just on the tablets that it lets you do that. You can just you can install the Aurora Store straight from this app on through the tablet, and then it'll automatically download the other stuff right in there for you. But I guess it won't let you do it on this one. So, okay. That's interesting. I gotta look up and see I don't remember what the Droid, I don't remember what the Droid Tong app looks like. Let me see. I might come back to that one. And that's the only. Let's see, it might be on here. Let me see. Dolphin one. Yeah, I don't think it's on here. I'll find it. But yeah, I know you go in here. Let me see if I can get it to trim. I think you can get it to translate, but I don't remember which one it is to translate. Oh, that ain't it. Oh, nope, it was telling me. It was doing it. Auto detect to English. Okay. Should be able to. So you can change the language in here, but I'm end up using my Samsung to do this part. I might come back. Might do this off camera and come back just to do this right. But we'll see. I wanted to see if I could do it on here. Where is Google? Nope. There we go. There we go. Service tools setup. Hide apps. Automatic update. Yeah, because I know there's language in here somewhere. Let me see which one. see. No, it's in setup. Personal information. Open source. If anybody out there knows which one of these is the language one, I can't remember. No, it's EasyBrush Framework. That's Google. Oh, that's location. So all this stuff is in English, and so these are some of the challenges with Chinese-based ROMs. Is once you get them, knowing which one of these, you know, you go into. That ain't it. You know, which one is going to be. Yeah, see, that's not. Which one of these is going to be the about us. Permission management. That's it. No, I know it's in here. User agreements. Module startup, read system. I feel like it's in this menu. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out later. But I know it's this is where we gotta go. This is where we'll get all of our Google stuff. This is where we'll add all our Google stuff in. Yeah, I mean, I had to change the keyboard up. I mean, it's a lot of stuff I got to change in here. But yeah, I mean, it is a process playing with the 8.6. I remember my password. Playing with the devices. There we go. All right, so now I'm logged in here. Now I'm telling you, I just got to figure out how to get. Where in the world to change these things to? Give it all the permissions and all that stuff. So yeah, you know, like I said, it's a great little device. It's definitely different. It feels it's lighter. It's lighter and thinner slightly than a Pixel 9 Pro Fold, but it feels right. It kind of feels that kind of thickness, but it's lighter than that because it's not as thin as a Fold 7 or Oppo N6 or anything like that. And then if you remember the Microsurf Surface Duo, that's really what this thing is. And just everything on here is You know what? Let me just get one app on here because I know this is this is basically what people want. Let me see. Let me see. Am I not gonna be able to find it? Let's see. All right, let's see. We're in the apps. Okay, here we go. Bam, that's what I'm looking for. What is the difference? All right, I'm gonna install YouTube on here so we can watch a YouTube video and really see what the screen is also amazing, by the way. I mean, the screen is, man. Also, Motorola Razr Fold announced May 21st. I believe the pre-orders start the 12th or something like that. And then they'll be coming out, you know, shortly thereafter. Let's see. Let's do a 4K video. 4K. Yeah, I gotta change this keyboard.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I first ditched big wireless and started using Mint.
We'll do a carrier check. I got Google Fi. I got Mint. We'll do T-Mobile. AT&T is gonna be spotty. I don't even know. I don't even feel like wasting time doing the AT&T one because the service is just bad out here anyway. How see, that's what I'm saying. How are you gonna say it's a 4K video and it doesn't even have the ability to go up to 4K? Let's see. This one doesn't either. Wow. Maybe that's just the screen is now that this is it. This is why. I know it seems like I gotta see why it's only letting me go up to 1080p. But this screen looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing, and content-wise, this is why you get it, because when you watch something on this, and granted, I do got a video of, you know, black bars. You don't actually need to watch the videos on black bars, but if you're, you know, using YouTube and that's what you're watching stuff on, obviously then you know that you're gonna get the black bars. And so with this kind of device, this makes content absolutely amazing on it. What's that, 137? Yeah, I gotta find out why I think it's gotta be because it's gotta be something on the device that is not letting me. That's the difference right there. I mean, you got when you're watching it, that just doesn't even, and that's, you know, even if you go landscape here, yeah, I guess then it's kind of close, but then you still got the big black bars on the side, you know, so it's kind of comparable here, but it's just all in one device, and it makes it feels so much better having it like that. But yeah, the screen is great. I mean, that screen looks good. So yeah, I mean, it's a good, you know, it's a good device. You know, it definitely feels a little, it's smaller. You know, it's like somehow it's smaller and bigger at the same time that I thought, you know. And then this type of situation here, this type of setup is, you know, I think is, when I pair these two together, you know, the Nokia Pocket Cube and this, because this ratio here, that 2-to-1, you know, for, you know, like a sheet of paper, when you're doing like documents and stuff, you know, with the trackpad, this is going to be, you know, real symbiotic right here. That's going to be good to go together with those two. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it's a real good size. I think the build quality is amazing. Oh man, let me just do this real quick, because I know people probably want to know, what's the camera like? Let's see. Let me take a picture of my filthy basement, see what these pictures are like. All right, so you can't, you know, I'll take pictures, and I will obviously upload these pictures to the, you know, I'll upload these pictures to Instagram and Facebook. I mean, and YouTube when I do the full review and everything. But, you know, these are good pictures. This camera is nice. This camera is really good. I'm actually not, I'm not mad at it at all. And Huawei has some, I mean, if you know the Pura 80, I mean, obviously I don't think this is going to be like Pura, you know, 90 or, you know, that level, but, you know, this is, I think the zoom up to that 80, you know, up to 10, I mean, is, and that's with any of the non-ultra phones, you know, as long as you stay in that 10, up to 10, you should be, you know, you should be good with the device. Once you go above that, you start getting into like the digital crop, and then the AI and all that stuff starts coming in. You know, and that's when you start getting into trouble. But no, the camera is actually better than expected. I wasn't expecting. I thought the camera was going to be trash, to be honest. You know, they got all the modes, you know, in the camera. You know, you can see that high res, super macro. You know, so if you've used a Huawei device, you know, it's nothing that you're not similar to. And then obviously telephoto zoom. This is, you know, the fact that they even have a telephoto lens to put on this thing is crazy. But they got an attachment for that. I won't be getting it, but they have one that you can you know, get hooked up to this. And, you know, it works. And let's see, I believe you can. And like you said, yeah, you can take the apps outside of the container and you can use them. You know, that was the one thing about the container I did not like when I had my original Mate XT, was that everything had to stay in that container and you couldn't do anything if it wasn't in that container. But now you can take the stuff out of the container and, you know, basically set the stuff up as normal. So that I'll be looking forward to playing around with and figuring everything out. You know, this is the lock screen, you know, the settings menu with everything in here. You know, obviously I got to go through here and get everything set up. Let me see. But yeah, so yeah, I will have many more videos coming with the device. I think I'm gonna go ahead and let me check the comments real quick before before I check out real quick. Do you guys have anything you want me to look into with this phone? Also, I don't really bring it up a lot in the videos, but obviously I have my store, techday.net, where we bring these phones, you know, kind of to the masses. The PURA Max is up on that store today. We will have the PURA 90, I believe it is, up there within the next day or two as well. So, I mean, if you guys have phones that you guys are looking for, any devices you're looking for, no matter what they are, old or new, you know, smartphones, tablets, whatever, you know, hit me up. I can source those for you guys. And, you know, I'm just looking to kind of grow that business. I also, especially for our US based customers, I can help you guys get insurance on these phones. This phone is insured in the US up to the value of the phone for accidental damage. And I can set you guys up if you know, purchase through the store. I can set you up with insurance just like I have on the device. So kind of provides a little bit of security on the phones. You know, there's only so much that can be done with these devices because they are Chinese import devices. I mean, if something does break, they will have to be sent back to you know, the factory to get fixed. Is unfortunately, you know, there's not a Samsung store here or somewhere that can get fixed, but at least, you know, now we have insurance working with us that will cover those repairs. So, you know, if you're looking for anything, you know, like I said, hit me up. I'm putting stuff into the store slowly, but I do have a concierge button. You know, hit that, shoot me an email with what you like, the model, you know, memory size, and I'll get back to you and kind of let you know what you'll be looking at price wise to get that device out. And I can almost guarantee you I will be the cheapest person out there because I have the least overhead of everyone right now. So, you know, take advantage of that before I become a big timer, hopefully, you know, like the other guys out there doing it. But for right now, you know, I'm a little guy and I'm gonna look out for the rest of us out there. So, you know, if you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments. How much Chinese language is there in the OS? So it's, as of right now, settings, there's nothing. The apps, everything, there's nothing. But where it comes in is like, if you see like built-in all the built-in system apps, you're gonna see stuff, you know, like these like little widgets, and not even all the widgets. It's like some of them. I will say the UI has definitely gotten better because back in the day, everything was Chinese. Like almost everything was Chinese. To come into the browser, let's see how bad this is. So the browser is obviously a Chinese browser, but what I found out was if you go in settings, search settings, you go search engine. If you go to add a custom, let me see. If you add a custom one, if you go here and then you go in and you go to you type in the Google one, you know, to make Google your search, you put this in and you make that your search engine, then your default engine will come up and it'll be English, and you actually be able to use the default browser on the thing. I'm not gonna have to do that because obviously I'm getting ready to just start downloading the rest of the Google apps through Easy Abroad. But that is, you know, the one thing I did want to do with this was I was going to use as much of the device as I could as it was intended. So as many of the apps as I could use, I'm gonna use them. You know, I'm not gonna just default to, you know, other apps. If I could use a system app, I'll use it. So there's not a whole lot. I mean, there's a lot, but there's not a whole lot. Like, it's way less. I'm actually really impressed with how much there was before. And I'm pretty sure I have to set up the app drawer because I don't even think it's set up to have an app drawer on here right now. And I'm pretty sure, I know my Mate XT didn't have an app drawer, so, you know, maybe they all don't have app drawers anymore. Haven't had a Huawei in a while, and I only had the Mate XT. I just had the Mate XT in when I did the review of the trifold. I only had it in for like a good couple days to use. But yeah, there's not a lot of Chinese in here, but within the apps, you know, that you're using, I mean, even in some of these, the apps that you're using, this stuff is all in, you know, it's all in English, you know, unless it's a, you know, even this app. That's interesting. Download language packs to use offline transaction. Yeah, so yeah, I'll go in here, but yes, there is Chinese in here. Like, you'll see this type of stuff in here. And I'm going to go through here and see, you know, how much of this can we change. The thing I don't understand is these devices have so much AI in them. Why can't we, even if simplified Chinese is a language on the device, why can't we change it to another language if the device has so much AI on the device? Like, why is that so baked in, you know, to the device? I never understood that. And like I said, I get the device isn't made to be here. I get it. But I still don't understand why you can't change it. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, Celia translate. Yeah, it translates English and Chinese, so that's good. It only translates English and Chinese. That, I think, only did Chinese before. Yeah, so you can change your searching. Yeah, you can change all this stuff now. See, this is a lot of stuff that you could not do before. Like, you can change Celia to search Google now, which you couldn't do before, to make Google the search engine of the, you know, the AI that's on here. So yeah, there's a lot of tweaks in here, but no, there's not a lot of like annoying, and I don't want to say it's annoying because that sounds disrespectful, but there's not a lot of the Chinese text, you know, that's in here that, you know, as used to be. I mean, most of the apps are in English. Yeah, I mean, if they don't work, they don't work, but the stuff that works is in English. So I'll go through here and I will, you know, I'm going to check all the, you know, system settings and, you know, language and region, you know, there you go. Yeah, see, and it says it's English in here. So yeah, I'm gonna go through and change, you know, a bunch of stuff, get everything downloaded, play with it for a while. I'll probably come back probably Friday and do an official unboxing, first impressions video. I'll probably do a bunch of, you know, Instagram videos of it. But yeah, man, hit me up on Instagram at Techaday. Hit me up in the comments here, and you know, we'll go over the I'll go over any questions you guys have, you know, on the device. Only other one I can think that people might have is, what does speakers sound like? Speakers sound good, and they're dual speakers. Oh, hold on. So when you open it, you know, they're firing out, and then even when you go up here, they're still, you know, firing. You still got dual speakers, you know, either way. So yeah, so man, I'll leave it at this. The last thing, man, I appreciate you guys for stopping in and taking a you know, watching this, you know, watching a vid with me for a little bit. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Talk to you later.